Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about fractional exponents. This is an exercise in Khan Academy related to Advanced Topics Chapter 7. So let's go ahead and get started. So a couple things we need to understand about rational exponents before we start attempting these problems. If we have x to the second power, we obviously know what that means. It's equal to x times x. All right. But if we have x to the 1/2 power, that is the same thing as the square root of x. Okay, so we can use this in combination. So first, this is kind of a small little proof. If we multiply these two, we are going to, not multiply. If we're going to raise x squared to the 1/2 power, what happens? Well, we multiply exponents when it's a power raised to a power, and we get x to the 1, or just x. And if we did the square root of x squared, that's the same thing. Okay, so that kind of shows how the 1/2 and the square root is the same thing. Okay, now we can use them in combination with each other. For example, if we have x, let's say, to the 5th power, and we want to take the square root of that, well, we can rewrite this square root as to the 1/2 power. But don't forget that we have this 5, the x being raised to the 5th power also inside the parentheses. Now, again, when we do power raised to a power, we multiply exponents. So we're going to get x to the, what happens when you multiply 5 times 1/2, you get 5 over 2. So that's kind of how we transform, how we convert radical form into exponent form. And then we can do the same thing going backwards, but that's for a later time, okay? So for this one, we have that 3 in the top, okay? So we have a 3 in the top over 8. This 3 is taking the y and raising it to the 3rd power, okay? But what does that 8 mean in the bottom? That means we are taking the 8th root. So remember, the denominator in the fraction is the radical, okay? So for all these problems that I'm converting into radical form, I'm going to use this. And I'm taking the 8th root because the 8 is in the denominator, okay? Now I'm going to be raising y, so I can write it like that. And what am I raising it to? Well, I'm going to put y, and I'm raising y to the 3rd power. And that should give me my correct answer. Okay, now we need to go in the opposite direction. So we're going from radical form into exponential form. So we need to have something in this form, okay? That's exponential form. So now, what does the 7 mean? Well, this is the bottom part of our denominator. That's the same thing as a to the 1/7 power. But don't forget, we have parentheses, and we're raising it to the 2nd power. When we have power raised to a power, you multiply exponents, and you'll get a to the 2/7th power. So let's go ahead and write that, a, and then we need to put a fraction here, so we click the fraction button. 2 goes in the top, because that's the exponent. 7 is the root, the 7th root, so we put that in the bottom. And we get our answer. What a satisfying sound. We finished this just okay, 100%. Hope you guys found this helpful, and see you next time.